Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2018 TV Canadian film Hometown Holiday. So I had to look this up. This is the same production company that did Christmas Catch, which we talked about, I want to say a review or two ago. I think it was 2 reviews ago. We talked about Christmas Catch and how it was only an hour, 20 something minutes long, and it felt like it was 4 hours and it took forever. It had a good plot point, but it just was like watching a bad play. This is another good example. Hometown Holiday is it hour, 20 something minutes long. Felt like it was a 4 hour long, drawn out, very bad play. And I don't understand how this production company is allowed to do this. This particular one is based on a book. I feel so bad for the author. I feel so bad. I feel like it's 2010 all over again, and our poor Uncle Rick Riordan is having to put on a smile and say how excited he is that Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, is going to be a live action feature film. And it's the prime example of right actors, wrong material. They butchered the hell out of that script to make that film. That's why it was so prevalent that Disney owns Fox now. And when Disney greenlit the Percy Jackson series and Walker Scobell is playing our beloved Percy Jackson, like we're all freaking the freak out. Of course, we want Logan Lerman as some part, but it was very important that the proper material is given to the proper production company to do something. So, with that being said, I feel so bad for the author who wrote this book that movie is based on, because I'm sure it's a great book. It's a good plot, much like Christmas Catch. Hometown Holiday is a good plot. It's just horribly executed. How is an hour and 20 something long minute film feel like it's a 4 hour dragathon? Dragathon, that's the best term I can say it. It's a marathon of dragging, even though it's an hour and 24 minutes. You're just, you feel the soul leaving your body. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the author. It's unfortunate for the source material. It's unfortunate for the actors portraying this. But certain scenes, you're like, bro, what is going on? Like, why is this so hyped up? This is not a hyped up kind of scene. This is just a talking kind of scene. Like, the soundtrack was fine. The musical score was fine, thankfully. The score actually reminded me a lot of The Middle. ABC's The Middle, my all-time favorite TV show, 9 seasons that it was on ABC. I think that's probably why I was able to completely watch it and not, have to do 7 other tasks while this is just noise in the background. Like, I actually watched this. So, I don't know. It was, you had this big shot, hotshot lawyer from Los Angeles come to the town that his sister and brother-in-law live in. I'm confused with the timeline too, because the movie starts out on New Year's Eve. Okay, everything's decorated for Christmas. We start on New Year's Eve. 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year, right? The sister is pregnant, but then somehow the sister is not giving birth until Christmas next year? How does that work? There's a 12-month pregnancy? That makes no sense. I'm very confused with that. Because then eventually there's the circling of the year of Ryan the lawyer meeting, one of the girls it was a local in the town. And then they stay in touch after he breaks up with a girlfriend and she breaks up with a boyfriend. And then eventually come Thanksgiving, so like, 10 months later, 11 months later, he's back to go visit his pregnant sister, but also, like, talk to the girl again. But then, like, she finds out he's a lawyer, even though she assumed he was a rancher. It was a thing. And then he comes back because the sister just gave birth, so he wants to meet his new nephew, Ryan, in person, but then also propose to this girl on stage during a production of The Christmas Carol while he's dressed as Santa Claus, which is a very neat twist, because why would Santa Claus be appearing on stage for a production of The Christmas Carol? And then I start to thinking of different versions of Christmas Carol. Muppet Christmas Carol is by far the best Christmas Carol, but we've seen different versions of Treasure Island, and we've seen different versions of Christmas Carol. So I want to see what Treasure Planet did. Treasure Planet took the Treasure Island story but put it in space. And it was a fantastic film, and it got just bombed at the box office 20 years ago, but here we are now celebrating the 20th anniversary of Disney's Treasure Planet, which is hysterical how time doesn't forget. It might have not survived the moment, but it survived the legacy, and that's pretty cool. So I would like to see a Christmas space carol, or a space Christmas carol, or something to that extent. I don't know how you would put the words together, but Treasure Planet makes sense, right? Treasure Island, Treasure Planet. A planet is a location, it's a place. Island is a location, it's a place. So if you change the word somehow, a Christmas carol, how do you incorporate space or galaxy or universe or something like that, right? I'd have to play with that. It might actually exist. I feel like it exists in a graphic novel, a space Christmas carol. I need to look into this because the Santa Claus, Ryan as Santa Claus jumping on stage as, female is, whose name I don't remember, is Mrs. Cratchit. Hysterical. And I was like, haha, you could twist and change a Christmas carol just like they did with Treasure Island. How would that work? I want to see it. So that's what my mind thinks of as I'm watching this unbearable scene. But I mentioned this a little while ago. It's very interesting how the mind works when you watch certain things. You're reminded of certain things of life or memories or things of that nature, sound, sense, certain films, certain dialogue, certain laughs, certain jokes, certain montages. Reminds you of stuff. It's funny how it works. So, Hometown Holiday. Plot was weird. Weird. With that time lapse of the pregnant sister, but otherwise I thought it was cute plot-wise. I'm so curious how butchered the book was, because this was very wonky. Very wonky. This production company I'm not a fan of. I don't remember the name of it. Brainstorm. It says it at the end. Brain Blast. Brain Food. I don't know. Brain something. But yeah, We'll see how many more of these films I have on my docket of 2022 Christmas films that I am not aware of are from the same production company. It's possible, and we shall see. Sometimes you just get banger Christmas films, and other times they're just, no. It happens. We can't win them all. And that's it. That's all we got. Mucho mahalo.